Hi, this is Maria Kliavkov, and I am the president of Waterton Glacier International Peace Park Association. And I thought for this month, I would introduce you to our website because there's lots of really interesting stuff here that I wanted you to see. So we're going to visit Waterton Glacier Peacepark.org. That's Waterton Glacier Peacepark.org. You should be able to see that in this upper left-hand side. And this is the homepage. When you type in Waterton Glacier Peacepark.org, you see this website and this homepage. This is, of course, the association that is made up of 4 Rotary districts, 5080, 5370, 5360, and 5390. And this is, in fact, our logo. And then as you scroll down, you'll see my monthly missive to everyone is right here. And then as you continue on down, you see the mission statement, you see our core themes, and you see, most importantly, our Pledge of Peace. So if you are planning a peace pole dedication ceremony, we strongly encourage you to use this Pledge of Peace at your dedication ceremony. It is the pledge that we take every year at our fall assembly in September. We'll talk more about that in a minute. You can see here the stunning pictures that scroll through for the 2 parks. And then you've got a direct link on this homepage, both to Waterton Lakes National Park and Glacier National Park. If you click on Waterton Lakes, then it's going to ask you whether you want English or French, the 2 national languages of Canada. And then it goes to the appropriate page for you, and you link into the parks directly. From here, if you go to the top bar, you can see here at the top bar, you have a couple of options. We're here on the homepage now, but if you linger on assembly information, I mentioned to you our fall assembly. We have 1 assembly each year. It's in the fall. If you are a Rotarian in good standing in any one of the 4 districts, 5080, 5360, 5370, or 5390, then you are a voting member of the association. You also have directors that represent you. However, at the assembly, we have our AGM. And again, as a voting member, you can have input on what we do and how we do it. We put up our schedule of events, and we're just finalizing some very exciting speakers. I'll talk more about that in next month's video. And as soon as we announce what the schedule is, you will see when you click here, the assembly information will be just underneath here. Right now, we just have the placeholder, which lets you know that September 21st, which is International Peace Day, that's going to be the first day of the assembly. That's a Thursday. For those who are interested, you can come and join us on the 21st to work in our Waterton Peace Garden, which we are just creating now. And then in the afternoon of the 21st, we're going to be planting and dedicating a peace pole in Waterton. On the 22nd, we have some exciting activity possibilities that we'll tell you more about later. On the 23rd, which is the Saturday, that's our full day conference. So that's when we have keynote speakers. We start in the morning, we go all the way through the day. By late afternoon, we've got our AGM, which brings you up to speed on everything that the association is doing. And then we break just in time so that we can get changed and go to our dinner, where we have a very special keynote speaker that's going to be joining us there. And then on the morning of the 24th, which is the Sunday, we have our very special Hands Across the Border Pledge of Peace. So I hope that you'll be able to join us. We're in Waterton this year in 2023. In 2024, we're going to be back in Glacier because we go back and forth between the 2 parks. Then to get more information, you can see here our brand new page. And this is what I wanted to introduce you to, the backcountry page. So look at this gorgeous page that our webmaster Christine has put together. It's brilliant. These are the links to all of the places that can give you the backcountry information that you most need. We want to make sure that every visitor to the park is safe. Both superintendents want to make sure that you have what you need going in there, because we want to make sure that you're safe in the park and that you're respectful of the park as you visit. So this is the page that we've put together. If you have ideas of links that we should have on this page, please don't hesitate to contact us and let us know. In the meantime, the Great Divide Trail, the GDT Users Code of Conduct, the Continental Divide Trail. All of that information is there. Of course, the links to the parks as well is there, as well as some specifics on trail conditions and information. So I invite you to explore that particular page because that's just a wonderful page for you to have. Under news and information, you will see other interesting information about the park, including Indus Peace Park, which is the newest of the Rotary International Peace Parks that is being created. This Peace Park is being created between India and Pakistan. And members of District 5080 are actually at the helm of creating that Peace Park. So we're very excited about that. And if you want to read more, you just go to the news and information and then click under Indus Peace Park to learn more. If you want to learn more about who Charles Waterton is, by all means, click here. The Transboundary Conference report, really interesting report from a conference that happened a number of years ago, but it helps you to understand how parks work together and what the purpose of a joint park really is. If you hover under the More button here, you'll see Waterton Glacier International Peace Park Association Board. That's where you're going to discover who your board representatives are now. You're going to learn more about the history of the park and how it became a peace park. And you're going to learn about peace park poles, particularly if you're interested in peace poles and planting a peace pole where you are. So we're just going to do a quick check on these. So here you can see you've got the executive. There I am if you need to reach me, and the rest of the executive, the action teams that we have and who the chairs of these action teams are so that you know who to contact if you want to speak with any one of them. And then, of course, the board of directors that is made up of the 4 districts. So you'll see who your district representatives are there. And in District 5080, because we're a trans-border district, you see we have 3 Canadian representatives and 3 US representatives. You may wonder why we have more representatives in some districts and less in others. That's real simple. We have an even number of directors, Canada and US. So District 5390 is a US district. And so we've got the 6 representatives here, plus we have 3 US representatives from District 5080. 5080 has 3 from the US and 3 from Canada. Then the other 2 Canadian districts, 5360 and 5370, also have 3 representatives each, which means that we have 9 US and 9 Canadian representatives. We look to keep the conversation as even keel as possible, and that's just one of the ways that we do it. Again, if you go up to the More button and hover, you'll see you can click onto History. And on History, you will learn everything you want to know about the history of how this Peace Park came into being. It's a fabulous story. I encourage you to read about it. There's also a Peace Park video there, and just lots of really wonderful pictures of the past and more information in downloadable files if you scroll down. So I invite you to explore that. And then finally, the peace poles. If you take a look at the peace poles, you can see there are all kinds of peace poles. If you're interested in ordering a peace pole, we have a direct link here for you. We are in the 10-year countdown to our 100th anniversary. In 2032, the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park Association turns 100, and our mission is to make sure that we have a minimum of 100 peace poles planted. At first, we started with wanting 25 poles in each of the 4 districts, but we've got such a good uptake on this program that we're looking to get 100 poles in each of the 4 districts. We're going to be charting where those poles are. So if you know of a peace pole, please let us know. Make sure that it's on our register of poles. If you want to plant a peace pole, here is all the information about how you can participate in that. And how to, as I said, connect to getting your own peace pole. We also have documents that give you some ideas of how you can do a dedication ceremony for a peace pole. Welcoming a peace pole into a particular space and to get the community to commit to the ideas behind the peace pole is phenomenal. As you can see here, Peace poles say the same thing, may peace prevail on earth, in many different languages. You can have 4 languages, you can have 8 languages. You can put a Braille plate on it for a 9th language, and we highly recommend that you do add a Braille plate. There are a myriad of different ways to do peace poles. I invite you to think about, where in your community would you like to plant a peace pole? So with that, I'm just going to go back to the home page here. And again, I'm going to invite you to come and visit us at Waterton Glacier peacepark.org. And I promise you, in the next month, there's going to be interesting things added to that assembly information. We're going to be adding the schedule of speakers and the events that we're going to be holding over that 4-day time period. We invite you to come to this beautiful part of the world. This is actually a picture of Waterton looking towards the United States. And of course, this whole park started because a Rotarian in 1931, sitting at the Prince of Wales Hotel, looking at this very view, recognizing that he couldn't see where which mountains were Canadian and which mountains were US, because you can't see the cut line looking here. But I can tell you that the mountains on the far side are in fact in the US, and that there is a cut line. He declared these words: where no boundaries can be seen, no boundaries should exist. And inside of a year, Rotarians lobbied both the US and Canadian governments, and the world's first international peace park was created. And this is it. So come and visit us. Hopefully you'll join us in September 21st to the 24th. Please put that in your calendars, and you'll join us in this very idyllic place. And I can tell you that on Friday, one of the activities you could participate in is, we're going to take a boat down this lake, and we're going to go to Goat Haunt, which is all the way at the other end of the lake in the United States. And it's the only place in the world where your passport will be stamped with the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park stamp. That alone is worth the price of admission. So we hope that you will join us. For those of you who are intrepid hikers, we're planning a hike back from the US back into Waterton along the lake. And for those of you who'd rather not hike that, you can take the boat coming back. Either way, again, I hope you will join us in this beautiful, idyllic place. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Put a comment on the video or shoot me a direct message, and I will be happy to reply. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful month of April, and have a fabulous spring. Namaste.